You're entering the world of Teddy Hart.
He's a pro wrestler, and his side hustle is breeding Persian show cats. I thought this was gonna be the next big hit reality show.
I wear this as deodorant sometimes, I hate to say it.
I had no idea that I was gonna wind up at the center of a missing persons case.
Third generation Hart. It's time you meet the devil. I have the power to easily snap my fingers and have people killed.
Teddy was polyamorous.
He's done a lot of things to us.
He's not a good man. He's one of the worst men on the planet. I don't deserve this anymore.
This is Samantha Fiddler. Samantha's been missing for 5 years now.
I haven't heard her voice in years.
Where were you that time?
I didn't do it.
It's fine.
Can we turn off the cameras?
To be honest, I really don't give a about Sam Fiddler.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles, and welcome to 2023. Man, it has been an exciting, it was an exciting year last year, man, for the channel, like I said, on the last vlog that I recorded, but, man, we got so much more cool stuff coming up this year, man. More interviews, more, adventures, and more reviews, just more everything. All right, so strap in and sit back and enjoy the ride, man. But for right now, we're gonna get into the first episode of the year, and I couldn't be more excited, man. We're gonna talk some wrestling. I saw a few interesting documentaries while I was taking the week off from recording, and one of those documentaries is called Dangerous Breed: Crimes, Cons, and Cats, and it is about controversial professional wrestler Teddy Hart. So for those of you who don't watch wrestling, and maybe you do but you never heard of Teddy Hart, so he's basically a very, very infamous member of the esteemed Hart Dungeon, you know, producing the likes of Bret Owen, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, and so many others. But Teddy Hart, man, he's a wrestler that is so talented, but his downfall is, you know, he gets in his own way. You know, he does, every time that, you know, think he's gonna catch a break, he does some stupid thing to either get himself fired from a promotion or jeopardize that big break that he deserves. Like I said, he's so talented, he just gets in his own way. But this particular documentary focused on a Canadian filmmaker named Frederick Kuchner. I think I'm butchering his last name, but Mr. Frederick, as we're gonna call him for the purposes of this discussion, was started filming Teddy Hart for the past 10 years. He started filming him in 2012, and in hopes of making a reality television show of the aforementioned Teddy Hart. And what ended up happening was he discovered that multiple women that he was filming for the reality show ended up accusing Teddy Hart of sexual assault and among other things. And what happened was Teddy Hart would have all these girls and would make it seem like he's the ultimate like bachelor and playboy and swinger, but in reality all these girls were getting like mentally and physically abused by Teddy Hart, allegedly. I can't say because I wasn't there, but what according to what was shown on film, that's what appeared to be the case. and you know, not only did this documentary focus on that, it focuses on you know, the disappearance of one of Teddy Hart's former girlfriends, I guess you can call it. Her name was Samantha Fiddler. So basically, she disappeared back in November of 2016, and nobody knows what happened to her. You know, Teddy Hart was the last person to see her and interact with her, and you know, her before her disappearance, and you know, Teddy Hart is refusing to cooperate in order to find her, so nobody knows whatever happened to her. And that's what this documentary ends up focusing on. And you know, it turns into, at first it was like I said, a way to just film Teddy Hart and his lifestyle, and you know, showcase all the, you know, him going to wrestling events and all these different women that he had, like I said before. But then it turns into, you know, a case of, you know, can you help find the Samantha person? And you know, you hear interviews from her sister, and you also hear interviews from two of the women that Teddy Hart was with before. You know, he had a wife and a girlfriend. He wasn't just, you know, he wasn't just married. He also had a girlfriend, and that was kind of his MO. You know, like I said, I'm this ultimate bachelor playboy, and he also you know, bred cats as a side hustle, and then you know, he would also, then the documentary also shows him you know, taking money from wrestling students, and in order to, you know, he says he's going to teach them how to wrestle, and all of that. But what ends up happening is he makes them become his errand boy, you know, and get his coffee, you know, take care of his cats essentially too. And it's just a wild documentary, man. So much crazy stuff goes on, and I knew the controversy surrounding Teddy Hart from other stories I had heard about him and all of that. But this documentary is wild, man. If you have a chance to go check it out, I highly suggest you do. It's upsetting to watch at times because you know, this filmmaker, Mr. Frederick, he documented pretty much everything. You know, several women were saying that they were physically abused by Teddy Hart, and you know, and emotionally abused, and that's shown on camera. You know, he threatens to choke one of the women out on camera and all that, and it's just crazy. And you know, every time something goes wrong with one woman, you know, you suddenly see him with another woman. You know, it's like they're pieces of property to him. And you know, like I said, it gets disturbing to watch at times, but it's also, you know, a fascinating look into his life. But yeah, man, so definitely check it out. Dangerous Breed, Crimes, Cons, and Cats. It's a 3-part documentary. You know, the first part focuses on, you know, the early filming of the documentary and how the director wanted to pitch the reality show and stuff like that to networks, and even networks wouldn't pick it up, and all that, were hesitant to pick it up because they had heard stuff about Teddy Hart. And then the second part is just, you know, kind of a continuation of the first part, and then you hear about, you know, the women that he was involved with before, Samantha Fiddler, and then the third part is just, you know, about Samantha and how they met and what led up to her disappearance, and what people are trying to do now to try to help and find her. So yeah, check it out. It's on Peacock. Crimes, Cons, and Cats. I mean, Dangerous Breed, Crimes, Cons, and Cats. The Teddy Hart documentary. So if you have Peacock, definitely check it out. If you're a fan of professional wrestling, definitely check it out because you'll learn a lot about Teddy Hart. if you don't already know about him. And then if you're not a fan of professional wrestling, just check it out because it's a very intriguing documentary. So yeah, that is gonna do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.